Hi, this is a private podcast, I guess. Actually, I'm looking to develop some ideas, but I do have you in mind. Anyway, for I guess an overall view of things, I'll just share this real quick because you might be curious. Say, well, how do I learn more? So, MikesMastermind.com was like this type of podcast exploring concepts, philosophy, breakthrough ideas, and so that's sort of a catch-all for different things related to whatever's on my mind. But I really would like to engage you in a loving conversation. Yes, sirree, a loving conversation. Well, a really deep one too, right? Where it's just the whole premise is just what it is. It's a loving conversation. So that would be a great podcast to have you co-host because we could have loving conversations for posterity and eternity. But really, it's the idea like if we could help people, get to a certain point. I mean, at least from my point of view, the consideration of how many decades? There must be a way to speed up the process to help others. And what a contribution that could make in communication breakthroughs, right? And each side having its contribution to, well, this would help if you did this a bit more, and if you hadn't done that, this would have been good here. Right. So that's the engagement and the quality of a loving conversation. So that project is lovingconversations.com. And again, this is a premise of things that I'm inspired and motivated to produce, but really it's like it's only half a brain. I need the other half to sort of really make it happen and go deep. So the philosophy ultimately is what I call ultra beingness. It's like it's the quality of being, right? So being nice, being loving, and how do you exalt that? How do you refine it and make it even more so? So we're evolving in our consciousness. This really is the caveat, the pivot, the crux, the idea of ultra being to explore ways that we can maximize our moments, um, become self-actualized in the way that we're able to sort of really make the best of what is here. So we've learned and engaged. So our consciousness has sort of evolved. It's sort of been raised, and now you can sort of relate a little bit more in this idea. So that's the premise, anyway. Lovingconversations.com. Because I so would love to have one. I'm so inspired by it. But yeah, I mean, in my heart, I'm in it, right? Because I mean well, and I want to outreach and be loving in all my communications with people so that they feel validated and help them with their self-esteem, but also clarity in the quality of the way that they're showing up. I give them feedback. And it's not that I give like my kids constructive criticism. Well, yeah, I do, but I try to make it so that they're able to see it for themselves and they have a laugh. And they might still do it in the future, but there was that connection point. And it's like, you got it, right? So that's all I'm talking about. Not making the person wrong, but the behavior was less than excellent. So we could keep an eye on it or be a bit more attuned to how we're being, ultra being present. That's the premise. So that's what Mike's Mastermind goes into. And I have this other website to sort of capture the ideas of philosophy. Uh, grandtourideas.com. Grandtourideas.com. I just put those out there because, hey, you might be curious. Where's this boy at? What's he doing? So, and then I'm working on myself in different dimensions from MikeRatner.com. But anyway, about me, I'd love to know all about you and what you're up to and anything you've got to share. Your insights have always been valuable and worthy to me. So I'm open. Anyway, that's it. I did pretty good, 4 minutes on the dot. All right. Thank you. Hope it was something.